one of the most underrated Sylvester Stallone films has finally got a 4K release. It's about time. Let's talk about it. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Flicks and Pixels. Now, anybody that knows me knows how much of a huge Sylvester Stallone fan I am. Growing up in the 80s, Sylvester Stallone, movie-wise, was forever present. There were some fantastic action films in the 80s, and Sylvester Stallone was part of most of them, to be honest. However, some of them didn't get the acclaim that others got, and the film I'm going through with you today is one of those. And you've seen it on the thumbnail already. It is this. Over the Top. Now, for me, this is an underrated gem, an underrated Sylvester Stallone gem. I won't have a bad word said about Stallone. I won't. Because growing up, as I say, forever present in the films that I watched. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a prime example of that. Again, another one I won't have a bad word said about, because growing up in the 80s, action films were my bread and butter. I absolutely love them. And as I say, Stallone and Arnold were forever present in those films. There were some fantastic 80s action films. In fact, the 80s in general produced some amazing movies. It really did. But this film, Over the Top, I don't think got the acclaim it deserved, really. I think it's quite an underrated Sylvester Stallone film. It was released in 1987. Stallone was arguably probably at his peak around then. And I think this as a film doesn't get the credit it deserves. But we finally got it on 4K. And here it is. I can't believe we've got it, to be honest. I've been so excited for this release ever since it was announced earlier on this year. We've had other Sylvester Stallone films released on 4K. Obviously, we had Cobra recently from Arrow Video. We've had Demolition Man. We've had Cliffhanger, amongst others. I wish somebody somewhere would do a Tango and Cash 4K release. I absolutely love Tango and Cash. I'd love that to get like a big chunky box release from somebody like Arrow or whoever. Honestly, even if Warner Brothers did it themselves, I'd absolutely love Tango and Cash to get a release. But we've got Over the Top, and I'm so pleased we've got it. I really am. And it comes in a very nice Steelbook edition as well. Now, it has been released in MediaBook form. I was very, very close to getting the MediaBook because I do have the Bloodsport MediaBook. I didn't get the Steelbook for that. So I was very close to getting the over-the-top MediaBook, but I decided to go for the Steelbook, and I'm so glad I did. And you will see when I take it out for an unboxing of it how nice the Steelbook is on this. In terms of the special features, it is a little bit thin. You've literally just got trailers on there, which is a bit disappointing. I was kind of hoping they were going to put some kind of like featurettes or interviews or something on there. I suppose because the film didn't do great, as I said earlier on, it wasn't very well received, I don't think. So whether there's any sort of like archive footage around, I'm not sure. Whether they struggle to get anything like that, I'm not entirely sure. So a little bit disappointed in terms of the special features or lack of that are on this. But I'm just pleased we've got it on 4K. I really am. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to take it down for an unboxing of this Steelbook, and then we're going to bring it back up top, and I'm going to talk about the 4K transfer. So, are you ready? Come on, let's go and have a look. Okay, so here we go with Over the Top on 4K, finally. And before I go through the Steelbook, I'm just going to take it out of its J card and go through this. And it's like a cardboard slip, which is quite nice, that the Steelbook sits in. I wish more of them would do it like this, to be honest. Yeah, I quite like that. Bring it round to the back, and you do have a synopsis on the film, a list of your tech specs at the bottom, and your bonus features. They're relatively thin, to be honest. You just get trailers on there, which is a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. Right, so we pop that to one side, and we'll bring this Steelbook in, and this Steelbook is lovely. Really like it. There is some debossing going on. You've got the bottom of Stallone's name just there, if you can make that out. That is debossed. And then the over-the-top logo here is also debossed as well. Really nice. And his fist here is kind of gradually debossed, so it starts off smooth here, incorporated into the steelbook, and then slightly raises around here. I'm not sure if you can kind of make that out, but it is a really nice steelbook. And it's the original poster art, which is great. Yeah, really like that. Bring it round to the spine. You've got over the top written there. And then on the back, you have got Stallone sitting on that truck. Yeah, really like it. And if we open the steelbook up, that is it all the way across there. Yeah, love that. And then inside the steelbook, you do get your 4K disc, which is just there. And you also get your Blu-ray disc as well. Artwork is pretty much exactly the same, just there. And then the picture on the inside is that final arm wrestle. Yeah, really like this steelbook. It's about time this film got a release on 4K. And I'm glad that they've used the original artwork as well, which is great. So that is it then, guys. So we'll pop the discs back in. As I say, you get your Blu-ray disc there and your 4K disc just there, and then that slots just into the J card like so. So there we go. That was Over the Top on 4K in a very nice steelbook. Let's go back up top and let's talk about it. Okay, so we're back up top with Over the Top on 4K in a very nice steelbook. And as you probably saw in the unboxing, it is really nice. It is a nice steelbook. As I mentioned, a little bit thin on special features, but I'm just really glad they used the original artwork on this. I really am. And it is a nice steelbook. It is. As I said earlier on, I don't think Over the Top gets the credit it deserves as a film. I think it's a very underrated Sylvester Stallone film. Listen, I said earlier, I love pretty much every Sylvester Stallone film. I mean, people slate Rocky 5. I like Rocky 5. I do. I don't mind admitting that. I quite like Rocky 5. I don't think it's as bad as what everyone else makes out, to be honest. Stop or One Man Will Shoot. It's not terrible. It's okay. It's watchable. Oscar. Yeah, the less said about Oscar, the better, to be honest. That I'll give you that one. Yeah, Oscar's not great. But as I say, the majority of Sylvester Stallone, listen, I'm a huge Stallone fan. He can't do no wrong in my eyes. He's one of the GOATs. Him and Arnold are just, they're up there for me. And I won't have a bad word said about either of them. But yeah, Over the Top, really pleased it's got a 4K release. It comes in a lovely steelbook. The media book looks nice as well. I have looked at pictures of that. That does look great. But I was really I wasn't worried about the 4K transfer, but I was kind of intrigued to see what they would do with it. And I mean, it comes with, it's HDR10, it's Dolby Vision, it's got a 5.1 surround mix on there. The 4K transfer looks amazing. It really does. I couldn't believe it when I put it on, to be honest. I don't know what I was expecting, but when I put it on, my goodness. This is a fantastic looking 4K transfer. It really is. I couldn't believe it. The clarity, the sharpness, the detail on show, and the colours on it. The colours look fantastic on here. They really do. To give you an example, there's a bit at the beginning of the film where you see Mike, who is Hawk's son. Stallone plays Hawk in this film. And his son Mike, he's kind of at this ceremony. He's in the military. It's kind of like the last day. They're all in their uniform and everything, and they're going through this parade. And just the uniform, the detail on his uniform, and he's got like these red patches on his arm just popping off the screen. Honestly, the colours on this look absolutely brilliant. They really do. And as I say, the detail, the clarity, the sharpness of this picture looks fantastic. There's a lot of scenes in this film where you see like almost like landscape distance shots where you see the trucks driving, and You got these like mountain shots and everything. They look absolutely brilliant. I couldn't believe how good this looks on 4K. This, for me, it's going to be in my top 5 of 2025 for 4K transfers, I think. Without a shadow of a doubt. This film looks that good on 4K. I was blown away by it. I've got to be honest with you. Admittedly, I haven't got the Blu-ray, so I can't compare it to the Blu-ray. I did have it on DVD. This is leaps and bounds above the DVD. This completely destroys the DVD. Can't compare it to the Blu-ray, as I say, but honestly, the 4K transfer on this looks incredible. It really does. If you was impressed with Cobra on 4K, you are going to love this transfer. That's all I can say about it. They have literally done this film justice. This film looks amazing on 4K. Honestly, I can't believe how good it does look. Absolutely over the moon with it. Again, the lack of special features is a little bit annoying, but the 4K transfer more than makes up for that. And the Dolby Vision on here, just as I said earlier, the colours look fantastic on this, and there's certain areas of the film where the colours just pop a little bit. As I say, the uniform on Mike at the beginning of the film, there's just little subtle moments where you just see that pop. The main arm wrestling competition at the end with all the lights and everything, it looks brilliant. It does. And, you know, I'm a huge Stallone fan. I am. You know, is there a little bit of bias kicking in? No, there isn't. There really isn't, because if the 4K transfer was shit, I'd tell you. I would, regardless of the film. I would tell you if the 4K transfer was bad. This isn't a bad 4K transfer. This is a really, really good 4K transfer. At times, this looks amazing. It really does. I can't stress to you enough how good this looks. It surprised even me. It did. Cobra looks great on 4K. Demolition Man looks great on 4K. Cliffhanger looks great on 4K. This looks great on 4K. And for a film that really didn't get the love that it deserved, especially when it came to home releases, I don't think it got enough love with home releases, to be honest. I mean, it was released on Blu-ray, DVD, VHS, but it's finally got the treatment that it deserves. And Cable Light have done a fantastic job with this. They really have. They did a great job with Bloodsport as well. Bloodsport looks amazing on 4K. This also looks amazing on 4K. Honestly, guys, I can't stress to you how good it looks. It surprised even me. It really did. In terms of the sound mix, the 5.1, it sounds good. It does. It's got a 2-channel stereo mix on here as well. The 5.1 sounds good. Dialogue was clear. There's not too much surround going on that's going to test your channels or anything like that, but overall it's a good sounding mix. Nothing that's going to test your system, but it sounds good anyway. And as I say, dialogue is nice and clear as well. But it's the transfer that shines on this. It really does. It just looks absolutely fantastic. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Leave a comment down below. What is your favourite Sylvester Stallone film? Honestly, there's too many to mention for me in terms of Stallone films and Arnold films as well. As I say, growing up in the 80s, we were spoilt growing up in the 80s for films. We really were. No matter the genre, we were spoilt, whether it be horror films, action films, comedies. We were truly spoilt in the 80s, and I actually feel really lucky to have grown up in the 80s and experienced those films, because we had some real gems. We really did. So leave a comment down below. Let me know your favourite Stallone film. Let me know if you're going to pick up Over the Top on 4K. Will you get the Steelbook or will you get the Media Book? Let me know down below. And that is all for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you would give the video a like if you enjoyed it today, I would really, really appreciate it. It really helps the channel out. And if you would consider subscribing to the channel as well, honestly, I would really appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you again on my next video. Until then, take care.